We got news. I picked up 2 Groms. Why do I have 2 Groms, you might ask? Because 2 Groms are great. Diva, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Diva wanted to join. Oh my god. Let me pick you up. I guess she wanted to be a part of the video. Okay, good girl. Go back upstairs. Upstairs. Sorry. Alright, we're back in business. Diva's cute and all, but I want to show you guys the Groms. I might be working on the blue one a little bit today because it actually is lowered. And I didn't notice that when I got it because I didn't buy the Groms at the same time. I bought them the same night, but I didn't get them at the same time. So I didn't notice that this one was actually lowered, which I don't like. It's a Grom. Why do you need a Grom lowered? It's already like, I don't know, is it 27? I don't know. Someone fact check me on that. Well, I'll show you the Groms. The blue one is a 2019 and the green one is a 2018, I believe. Yeah, it is 2018. They're both not perfect. Like this one here, you can already tell has some scratches. It also has some scratches over here and up here. So basically what that told me is the person who had this before me looped it. They were doing a wheelie and they just didn't know what they were doing. You can see right here, it's all scratched up. All scratched up. And it's also broken. You can see those tabs are broken, but I don't really care. It's a Grom. They're meant to get abused. You can see this is bent in a little bit. Not a big deal though, because it's still usable. The other one isn't. But yeah, it also doesn't have its rear mud flap or whatever you want to call it. Cowl, I don't remember. But yeah, it doesn't have that. It does have a little exhaust. I don't even know what this is. Zoom. It sounds good. It sounds a lot better than the blue exhaust, because the blue exhaust, or the 2019 Grom, has just a cheap Amazon exhaust. Nothing special. The best thing about the blue one, obviously, is that it came with a full unused stunt cage. Completely unused. No scratches on any of it. The titanium is completely untouched. And yeah, that's pretty much that. But the one thing that's bad about this, and I've just put some duct tape here right now. I know that's horrible. I'm sorry. It makes me look makes it look like I don't know what I'm doing. But that duct tape there just to prevent the leak. There's a small leak coming out of, I'll show you on the neon one over here. The light's not going to get to it, I don't think. Try not to drop it. On that bolt right there, you can kind of see it. A circular looking one. I can't point because I'm holding the ground with my other hand, but basically, it looks like someone has the wrong bolt, or someone put the wrong bolt, or stripped it out or something. So I may end up having to replace this entire cover because of that bolt being stripped, possibly. Or they just put the wrong bolt and they didn't know what they were doing, and I'll just order a new bolt. Hopefully it's the cheaper version, the cheaper solve, but either way I can take off this whole cover and I can replace it. Not a big deal. And it's not leaking really bad. And the duct tape is preventing it from getting everywhere. Both Groms have about 3,000 miles, which, yeah, it's not, I mean, that's not that high, but it's honestly pretty low. Groms can go over 10,000 if you treat them right. Yeah, 3,500. I don't have the key in the other one, so I can't really show that, but that's alright. It's the same thing. And both of them have clean titles. They're both street legal. No issues there. Yeah, and if you follow my Instagram stuff, I did have a 2011 R1 that I just sold that. Not to buy these. I bought these at the same time I had that bike, but I sold it for some profit. And I don't know what I want to buy next. We'll see. I'm looking at possibly a Ducati Hyper Motard, but I won't overpay for it. I'm looking for a good deal. So, with the blue Grom, the history of this one, I guess it wasn't stunted because nothing is scraped up on this. Nothing is. I don't know why. But it does have a few aftermarket things that kind of make me believe it may have been damaged at some point. If you're familiar with the blue colored Grom, this is supposed to be white here. It could have just been changed. I mean, I'm hoping that's what happened. But I'm probably going to get those white again just because I really like the white on there. And the drop pegs are white. So let's just put some more white on the bike. I already took off something from this bike, which I really hated. It looked stupid, at least to me. And a lot of people like to put on, they like to make their Groms look more like sport bikes, but that's not what it is. This is like a little tail fairing that just makes your Grom look a little more sporty in the back. And the other fairing that people usually buy is like a belly fairing around the engine, just to make it look like less engine and just more like a full fairing bike. But that didn't come with this. I guess it was taken off before, but the person I bought it from said that they had that on there. So that's why I think it was lowered, because they were trying to go for like a lowered stanced sporty looking Grom. But I was pretty happy when I found out that this was just over the old fairing, so I didn't have to buy let's bring you over here. I didn't have to buy any new tail fairings, so you can see this here, it was actually just under this. I can put it right back on, honestly. I know some people are actually going to like the way this looks, but to me, I did not like this at all. Yeah, no. It's just, the problem with it is it's super cheap, and it was creaking a lot when I would ride, and it also isn't a perfect match to that color. It is a little bit off. So I just wanted it to go back to normal. And I like most of my bikes being OEM. I don't really like when bikes are even just change fairings. If you're gonna do anything with your bike, you should just wrap it, honestly, so you still have that OEM color fairings, because quality of anything other than OEM is not great unless you're paying a lot of money for something else. But yeah, so I just took this off. It was just adhesive on, and I haven't removed them yet, like the adhesive, so there's still a little bit of adhesive there, but not a big deal. I can take care of that another time with some Goo Gone or something like that. That brings me to the other thing that I really don't like, and I haven't fixed yet, but I wanted to do it on video, was to bring this back up to stock height. So when I looked at it, here, I'll grab you and give you a closer look. I was trying to figure out why this was sitting so much different than that one, and I thought at first that the forks were shot from possible stunting, but all the other stuff kind of showed me that this wasn't a stunted Grom, and the forks actually have the same amount of travel and sit at the same height as the yellow one over here. But that then made me question whether or not there was a lowering link, and I looked in here, and you can kind of see, I know I need to cut my nails, don't say anything. That right there is where the suspension is supposed to be sitting, and this has a lowering link that pushes it back and down a little bit. And I compared that with this one, which doesn't even have a cowl around the wheel, so you can see, just right there is where it's supposed to connect. And this one just has the added piece. I don't even know how much that costs, but I don't like it. The Grom sits too low for me, and I showed it in one of my reels, but it barely stands up or leans over when you put the kickstand down. Look at this. There's no lean, almost no lean there. This is what it's supposed to look like. There's a lean, and then you look at this one, no lean whatsoever. And to make matters worse, you turn the bars this way, it just falls over. So I really want to take care of that, because just a little bit of wind could knock this over. It doesn't need much, so I don't want to come out to my bike after eating lunch or something and it's just laying on the ground, even though it has frame sliders. Well, now that the Grom talk has finished up, let's go ahead and start removing some of the fairing pieces and see how easy it is to return this to stock height. Why do you have to do that? Bro, come on. Alright. This might be a little bit harder than I thought, because the exhaust is in the way. Let's see if I can undo this bolt and just kind of like drop it down a little bit, maybe. We'll figure it out. Alright. This is probably a good or maybe bad time to mention. I'm not like very mechanically inclined. Like I can do oil changes and take off fairings and actually even change a tire now thanks to Rabiconda. But when it comes to engine work and all that stuff, I cannot do that. And this is like suspension, but it looks pretty easy. I'm pretty confident that I can do it. So we're gonna try. I can't wait till I get my own garage and I can have like toolboxes and stuff. And I'm not quite there yet. We'll get there one day. Just take some time. Alright, this is kind of stupid. I may have used the wrong size because I cannot get this bolt out. But we're going to try to just leave it in there for now. So when I put the exhaust back on, maybe I can pry it off then. But yeah, I'm kind of stupid. Let's just leave that as is. That gives us enough clearance to get in there, so I'm okay with that. Well, that was pretty easy. I don't even need to get that out of there. Okay, well, now I can actually show you what I was talking about a little bit better. You can see there is a lowering link. So, this is where it's supposed to be. And these are just extra spots so you can adjust the suspension to. But, obviously, I don't like this. So, what I'm just going to do... yeah, I guess I'm just going to take off this entire thing. And, yeah, just remove it, that's all. Okay. Well, let's see what I can do. I don't know why I chose to do this in my boots. I'm gonna take these off real quick. Don't make fun of my mismatching socks. And the fact that my socks are ankle socks. The foot peg is in the way. And I really don't want to have to go buy some more tools for this. But I don't have an Allen. See, this is the size I need here, but I don't have like a little L, a shorter one than this. And then I guess I gotta release some tension on this to be able to get that bolt out. I finally got this bolt out. Oop. I just dropped it. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. Okay. So now there's nothing connecting the suspension to the swing arm, so I gotta be careful, but this is out. Now let's try to get the main bolt out, which is here. Okay, I raised this up. Ooh, I raised this up on these two chairs so I can actually have all the tension or weight off of this bolt so I can actually get them out. That was honestly not as easy as I was hoping it to be, but I did get it out. It was the one that was in the original area. So now, when I remove this, I should be able to take out the entire lowering link kit. So there's that bolt. Put that out. Alright. So there's that lowering link that I was talking about. You can actually see what it looks like off the bike. Now all I gotta do, in theory, is put the suspension back where it belongs. There's a little spacer here, I guess, with the lowering link. Take that out. Alright, let's go ahead and try to get this bad boy back in here. We're almost completely back with suspension. I just gotta get this all tightened up. Yeah, see, now I can't ensure that I'm getting this perfectly tight because I can't get the other Allen to sit in there perfectly, but it's just working for right now. I'm sure it doesn't need to be insanely tight, but what I can do is grab a wrench. I know this is gonna make some of you guys cringe, pretty much with all my stuff, but I don't have the proper tools quite yet. I will eventually, I just don't have it yet, so the best I can do is this. Let's go ahead and put this Grom back down on its own wheels and see. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, it's leaning over now. Back to stock height, leaning over. The camera's about to die, so I had to put it on the charger, but I can only move so far. But you can see, It's leaned over a little bit more now, just like that one. So I put it back to stock height. Now we're gonna put the rear hugger back on. I think I've called this thing like 3 different names in this video, but that's the official term, at least from what I remember, the rear hugger. And yeah, we're pretty close to being done. It wasn't as hard. There was a few curveballs that I wasn't expecting, but it wasn't that bad. That socket might very well be a part of this bike now. There's no getting that thing off. There's got to be some kind of trick to this, to getting this thing off. But I clearly don't know it. Alright, well, while I am frustrated about this, I'm going to move to the other side and get the rear hugger fully on. There's still 2 more bolts on this side to put on. The rear hugger's on. Basically, we're done. I just need to get this thing off. Man, I really messed this thing up. Dude, that thing is on there for sure. Whoa, what in the world? I wonder, because I took it off and it got stuck on, so like, if I keep going the other way, it should, in theory, slip right off, right? Maybe? Oh my god, I'm a genius! Woo! Okay. Let's not put this back on there. That was solid. We're done. We finished it. This bike is officially back to stock height, and it was a little difficult, but it wasn't impossible. I'm glad I could do it. But I'm gonna clean up real quick, and then I'll give you a little spin around the bike. We're all cleaned up now. Let's sit on it and see if it really made a difference. But I can already tell it definitely made a difference because this is leaning over. I can turn it like this. It's not gonna fall that way, and the rear is definitely a lot higher than it was before. Yep. It feels like there's no difference. No, I'm just kidding. It does have a little bit of a more lean forward feel. But now I have more clearance. And I can actually put the kickstand up without having to lean the bike over like this. So I can just whoop right up. Now we're good to go. Suspension feels all good. I put it back together the way it's supposed to be. That's it. She is back to her original height. Leaned over just the way it's supposed to be. Just like that one over there. Leaned over. Awesome. I can't wait to ride it and see how much of a difference that actually made. That pretty much concludes today's video. I will be posting some more videos of me riding these Groms. I don't want to do it in this video because this is already pretty long. But yeah, I'm going to do some Grom style vlogs, just messing around town, maybe a little bit of off-roading. I do have some knobby tires. I guess they could go on either Grom, but I bought that Grom and it came with some brand new knobby tires. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of off-roading on these Groms too. And maybe I'll learn to stunt with this one because it has the cage. It's got everything it needs to stunt except like the rear handbrake. But I might get that. I don't know. Either way, I'm excited to have a lot of fun with these Groms. There's a lot of potential content that could be made with these. But yeah, that is it. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.